Elves jail. Elves jail. Elves jail. Elves jail. Elves jail. Dora's plan, Draco's plan. Dora, Draco, Dora, Draco. Oh, it's pretty obvious Dora's much cooler than Draco. Okay. As much as it hurt her pride to do so, Loren was convinced to surrender to the guards. The party was captured and locked away in a prison. Dora informed them that she couldn't free them as promised since it was more difficult than she had originally thought. Fuck! As time slipped away, the tensions between them were starting to mount. Loren wore an imperturbable expression, but Saren was not nearly so calm when trapped behind the bars of a jail cell. Dora! You don't have to shout so loud. I'm right here, you know. You haven't been able to get us out of here like you promised. Don't you have anything to say for yourself? We were counting on you. And somebody owes me 10 gold pieces, I'm just saying. Calm down, I'm working on it. I didn't think they'd use this type of lock. You were just going to lockpick us out? I thought you had connections or wiles to talk ourselves out. You're just a common thief, aren't you? Hey, don't go throwing around that word so lightly. I may borrow things without permission and forget to give them back, but I am not a common thief. This lock is just unpickable is all. I trusted you, and now we're in here to rot. All of you shut up! I'm sorry. Just because we can't escape by the method we originally wanted doesn't mean we still can't escape. Do you have a plan? I've been thinking non-stop. I may have something, but it'll take some coordinating to execute properly. It doesn't involve killing, does it? I hate killing. Gets all over my robes. I'll buy some new robes, you dunderhead. Stop bickering for 2 minutes. Her Grace has something to say. What's your plan, Your Majesty? It's risky. And yes, it does involve killing. Oh, drats. I don't know about you, but I'm not going to rot in this jail cell for much longer. I have to find my mother. We can kill the guard who brings our food and use his keys to unlock our cell. We'll also steal his weaponry, and then we... Heavy suit echo down the hall. Old man surrounded by several armored men. He stopped in front of their cells and waved them in. Why does he have... Why the choir music? What is going on? He's a mage, definitely. He's Gandalf the White. Saren watched with a flicker of worry as the old mage eyed Loren intensely. She looked as though she were ready to spring into action at any moment, but the expression of the old man was imperturbable. Good day, young foreigners. Who are you? You're very direct for a prisoner, young lady. But there is no reason for me not to introduce myself properly. My name is Apollymesho. And I'm the Archwizard of the Grimoire. So what do you want with us? Well, your group is a very unique bunch. We don't see a collection of individuals with such a diverse background in these parts. Since you are all quite unique, we have a proposition for you. Would you be interested in hearing our offer? I doubt we have very much choice in the matter. This town's council is willing to forgive you for the trouble you've stirred up, if you will help us with a very urgent matter. There is a precious artifact we are trying to recover, but all of our attempts to get it back thus far have been thwarted. The Empire is in search of the only known holy sword left in existence, the Ember Blade. It is said to be atop Mount Kronos. But that mountain is in Elven territory. That is correct, young one. The only way of access to pass through the Elven territory, which instantly creates a complication for us humans. The elves prohibit anyone from the Empire on their lands, making it impossible for any of our squads to go. And young travelers, that is where you come in. You think they would let us pass because we're not all humans, correct? That is exactly what we hope. Since your group is small and of mixed kind, we are hoping the elves will think you are simply travelers, rather than on a mission of the Empire. So you just want us to go to the mountain and retrieve the sword and then we're free to go? Yes. Easy peasy. Almost too easy. What's the catch? The journey to Mount Kronos is not an easy one. The forest has many dangers, so the elves will not be your only threat. The mountains themselves are home to the mountain dwarves, snow goblins, and other hostile creatures. I'm looking for my missing mother. That is our priority, and why we came to this town. If your freedom is not incentive enough, it's not. Well, as a member of the council, I could make use of all the resources available to me to find your missing loved one. I may even personally know her whereabouts. What is your mother's name? Queen Karen of the Amazons. I can most certainly help you. Are you serious? Do I have your word? Yes, you certainly do, Princess. I will be glad to assist you, if you first accept my task. I will accept your mission then. We will venture through Elven territory to retrieve the artifact for you. New quest! Wonderful. I will be accompanying you, of course, to ensure everything goes as planned. You mean to make sure we don't run away? You could say that. This will be good, though. Any help is welcome. I'm sure you'll be a valuable asset to our group, Sir Apollymesho. We will await your instructions. Of course, I'm glad you have accepted our proposition. As long as you keep your word as well. You need not be concerned with me keeping my word, nor about me slowing you down. I can tell already. My magic sense is tingling just looking at him. He is definitely not as harmless as he may seem. I'm sure traveling with the lot of you will be a memorable experience. Ah! Someone thinks I'm memorable! What did I tell you, your highnessship? I told you I was special! You are special, but not in a good way. Why'd you have to say it like that? We already have a magician. Are you any good with that magic stuff? I did not become Archmage by chance, if that's what you're asking. Good enough for me. The more help we have, the quicker we get this over with. Agreed. When do we leave? Tomorrow, before dawn. I'm sorry to say I cannot free you from the dungeon until that time. Sleep as well as you can. We have a long road ahead of us. Review your party setup before proceeding. Boom. 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 It's not like it'll be great no matter what, but... Loren's walk was noticeably more forced. To Saren, it was much clearer than that she was unhappy with her situation of being forced to do a man's chore before getting his help. However, her silence told him that she was willing to do it for her mother's sake. Careful. We will be traveling along the outskirts of the Elven Forest. Keep your eyes out for hostiles. You think they'll just start attacking us? I wouldn't put it past them. The skyline of Mount Kronos formed in front of them, and it looked like a perilous climb. Apollymesho urged them to keep up a quick pace, however, and Loren did not argue. The last of the trees were about to be behind them when Saren heard a noise from within them again. He spun around. Between the trunks of the trees stood a few elves with their weapons drawn, closely guarding their home. The elf in front raised his crossbow, but the other elves pulled at his shoulder. He seemed reluctant to retreat back into the forest, but he did. Saren! Coming! They had passed through the elven territory unscathed, but an even greater challenge was before them.
Meanwhile, in the northern border of the region, an evil force was crafting a sinister plan. The party was still innocently unaware of this creature's actions, but it was only a matter of time until that would change. A heavily armored, mysterious being sat on its throne, comfortable in the hot room despite the volcano's lava flowing so near. This evil thing's name was Faust, a name that would come to be spat and whispered in fear. He looked up to see Jewel, his servant succubus, approaching him, swaying her hips back and forth.
Your news. Karen has been taken care of. Good. Any complications? Her daughter Loren is looking for her as we speak. She's a very determined woman, so I doubt she'll give up searching easily. Grob came forward to kneel before him. My lord, I have returned. It's about time. I have come bearing good news. I have taken care of Loren and her party. They are now imprisoned in a human city. Were you really able to capture them that easily? Yes, my lord. But they aren't in prison. Not a one of them. Care to elaborate? Exactly that. They are not in prison. They're waltzing around freely. Even if they aren't, they've been dealt with. My plans are going perfectly. It doesn't matter which side they end up on or where they are right now. They're going to trigger a war between the humans and the elves just as we wanted. Tell me again how Loren's involvement in this will help us. She was supposed to be imprisoned. Simple, my lord. They will be at the heart of the conflict, not us. We will be able to begin our invasion freely, and there's a good chance that Loren will be killed in the struggle between the two warring races. They will be distracted, fighting against each other. And with their usual group, fatality is nearly guaranteed. I approve of these plans. Let us see how far they succeed. And they had better succeed, Grob. Do I make myself clear? Transparent, my lord. Can we at least send someone to watch over Loren and her party? They've gained a new ally already. They could be more dangerous than we think. You speak the truth. Make it so. As I have said before, you do not have to worry. I've taken care of that matter as well. What do you mean? As I said, my lord, there's already someone watching over them very closely. Everything will go according to plan. I've made sure of it. For your sake, it had better. Whew! Well, that's crazy. Thanks for joining me, everybody. See you next time.
Hey, this is RPGatWill. I hope you liked this episode of Loren the Amazon Princess. If you want to check out some of my other material, you can click on my channel link below, or you can even subscribe if you'd like. I like to do some silly songs on the side, along with my RPG work. If you want to see some more group-oriented stuff, there's another channel called Gaming Idiots TV that I take part in. That's where we do all our group stuff, so I'll provide a link below if you want to check it out there. See you next time.